All right, welcome everybody out to our weekly online business doTERRA training. The topic for tonight's training is why you want to do doTERRA. So it's going to be a really great topic. We're going to go through, I have 10 top reasons why you want to do doTERRA. Before we get going, I guess I'd like to welcome everybody out. Welcome Linda, who's joined us online. Hopefully some other people will join us. And we know that a lot of people listen to this on podcasts or on YouTube. So thank you also for being here and listening to it. Reminders.
We have Facebook pages.
Oh, yeah. So if you don't know about it, there's a Facebook group that you can join. And there is a Facebook page. You can look Jade Baldwin Facebook page. And reach out to us. You can also always put comment below these videos, or contact us if you have any questions. So without further ado, unless we think of anything else, we'll go ahead and get started into this one.
Yep.
So now Jade, you started doTERRA back when it was Adam and Eve were on the planet.
Yeah. No, 2009.
She signed up Eve.
No.
2010.
2010.
10. Okay.
Yes.
2010. Right. Yeah. 2010. And so from there until now, well, did it part-time or maybe a few hours a week. Like most people start out, they do it, they can carve out a few hours a week and teaching classes here or there. Staying up late with a flashlight under her blanket, reading the Modern Essentials book.
Essential book.
Yeah, watching lots and lots of videos and learning. And then one thing grew. She was a school teacher and a mom, stay-at-home mom, and it grew and just kept on growing.
Yeah.
And then it became a full-time business right now. And we run into, and so we've been able to talk with a lot of people who want to do doTERRA, do the same thing as Jade's doing, or share doTERRA, or make an income from it, or just belong to it and share doTERRA with people because they enjoy it. So we put together a list of reasons why people want to do doTERRA. Maybe before we get into that list, we might ask Linda, what's a good reason that you think people might have to do doTERRA as a business?
Well, my main reason in the very start was that I wanted to help other people who had problems that I knew the oils could help them with. And it's happening, it's so many people, myself included, have things happening. And when we try the oils, they work. So it's my way of being able to help other people. And, your health is everything. I mean, a lot of times we take our health for granted, but, you notice it more when you're not feeling very well.
That's right.
That's right.
That's an awesome reason. And a lot of people have that reason too, because you're not looking for
Lucy.
a job. Hello, Lucy.
Thanks for joining us.
You're not necessarily looking for, another business because, sometimes you think, I don't have all the time in the world, but you see this and you can't help it and you just want to share. Right?
It sounds like actually you had 3 reasons in there. So I've actually got those 3 reasons here.
Yeah.
We'll talk about one at a time.
Yeah.
Lucy, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Our topic
I'm here. That's good.
Sometimes that's all you need.
You need to be present. That's it.
Our topic tonight is why you want to do doTERRA as a business, or just sharing doTERRA. And we're going to talk about a bunch of reasons. I've prepared some stuff here. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you why you want to do doTERRA.
Who's first?
You're first. Linda already went. Ha!
Okay. Because I believe it. I believe in what it can do to help others and to help me, like this whole journey. It's not just about helping others, it's about helping yourself, and then you can help others. And it's just really fulfilling. Yeah. It answers everything I want for myself in my life now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And when you say you believe it, does that mean you believe the oils or doTERRA as a company, or?
Oh, it's all of that. You know, I joined the weekend of a convention, didn't even know what I was coming to. And I came away with such respect and trust
For the company.
With the company.
Yeah. I'm going to mention
that's the foundation, really. It is. Yeah, and then the products. Well, you know, we've had so many experiences, so I absolutely believe in the power of essential oils.
Awesome.
Well, that is the number one reason that people want to share doTERRA. doTERRA as a business. I apologize for all the extra, lots of words on these slides. I had edited it through and made it simple, but yeah, computer problems. So the oils are great, and both you and Linda mentioned this, and I think you'll really enjoy all the reasons and the discussion that we put together for us tonight. Oils are the oils themselves are probably the greatest reason that people have. They're great. They're wonderful. Everybody should know about them. And that's one of the questions that people ask. Well, why, if they're so great and they've done all these things, why doesn't everybody know about them? Well, that's your job. And so that people start adopting that as their creed, as their crusade. And they want to share it with people. And they can't help but sharing. They're talking to other parents in line to pick up their kids or whatever, and they'll start sharing about essential oils. Or, even to their doctor, they'll share about essential oils, or chiropractor. We've been in all those situations. The oils are great. And so that's the first reason that I want to do doTERRA's business and share.
Well, because this is a business training, I just want to say that sometimes when you enroll somebody, some people, they look for builders and they say, well, that person's not a builder, that person's a builder. So I would say hold off on the judgment, right? Don't assume anything about that person, because sometimes as the oils work, it will help them see a bigger picture. Their faith or their belief will grow. So what you need to do as a leader is to have that vision for people. You know how good the oils are. You know how good the company is. You know how good the compensation can be. So, people don't have all that knowledge yet. So don't assume that they don't. So many leaders of mine, including myself, we sometimes say, hey, that person, she's probably not going to do anything. But then what you need to do, very first thing, is just to help them have a strong, I would say, testimony or experience.
An oil experience.
With the oils, and let the oils teach them and tell them stuff. Because as soon as the oils can move and shake them inside, you'll be surprised. I have leaders surprised all the time. At first they're like, what? Didn't know that this person would do this, but now 5 months later she's, going all crazy, telling the whole town. So I'd say focus on the oils and help them heal. And then you never know. I always keep that door open for possibilities, because you never know where your new builder is going to come from. Okay? Yep.
So if you're building the business, just get the oils in people's hands. And sometimes, it's just by sharing a sample, and, that sample might be exactly what they needed. And then they come back for more and they're like, what was that? Can you give us some more? That we've heard that story lots and lots. So, both of you on the call tonight mentioned that the oils themselves, I think this is probably the biggest. The products are great. It's not just a network marketing company. It's essential oils. Yeah, everything else is auxiliary to that.
Even if people have already used essential oils, don't think, oh no, they're not going to. Really, yesterday I taught a class, and the lady said she joined this week with another lady, and she said she'd been using oils for a long time. And the company she was with says that their oils are pure, FDA approved, all sorts of things. And she said as soon as she picked up the lemon oil from doTERRA, she was like, whoa, and then she's like, this is different. And then she went back to her oil, and she's like, what? And she's like, I don't know, my body just says I want this. And it did it. This oil sold her. She didn't have to hear it from anybody else. And she felt like, oh my goodness, look at all these differences. And all this time she felt like she was using a really pure, good brand. But it blew her socks off. So.
And there's so many times when we've been in an intro class and some ladies smell this oil and that they attach themselves to that scent. They're like, I don't care what this costs. I want this. I want to be able to smell this all the time.
Pass it on to the next person. They're waiting.
No, that's amazing. So
I had a similar experience in a class. It was actually one of the family. Had a bottle of ylang ylang. And I said, oh, go and get yours. And when he went and got it and he smelt the two, it was like, one smelt toxic compared to doTERRA, and he had to admit there was such a difference. It was incredible. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you don't know until you can compare it, hey?
No, that's right. Yeah.
Excellent.
And Lucy, something you said before was when I asked you what you meant by you love it, the company, right? doTERRA, the company, is a fantastic company. And you really get this when you attend convention, like what you did. You get to see firsthand. Like we're preparing to go to the global convention in a couple of weeks, and they gave us a schedule. It's all about the product. There's a lot of research. There's product. There's a bit of science, but it's all about the product. They don't come and talk about how to come and make $1 million in a network marketing business. In fact, there's no business training at all.
No, we have to get it all in business training.
That's why you're here tonight. Business training. That's our job.
But you come away so motivated.
That's right.
Want to learn.
Yeah. The money follows value anyway, so that we'll figure it out.
Fantastic company. The values that they have, their number one mission is to get therapeutic grade. CPTG is where it's all at, right? Mm-hmm. It's oils that are not only pure, they might be FDA approved, they might be really pure, but that's only half the battle. The other half, only doTERRA is doing, is the potency. They're sourcing oils for their therapeutic grade. So they're going to where the oils grow the best. They're finding the oil in the world that has the most therapeutic value, and they're going to that location and getting the oil from there, working with locals. It'd be easier to
grow it locally, right?
It'd be far easier. In fact, most companies do it that way. And this is not their values. Their value is, look, essential oils are great. Not all essential oils are the same. We want to get the best essential oils into people's hands. doTERRA is the only company in the world that sources their products with that in mind, in that way. No one else is doing that. And so it is their values. The company is privately owned, so they don't have to answer to shareholders. They don't have to change their values, with profit in mind. Mm-hmm. They can say, look, it may not be profitable, but this is our vision. This is where we're going. And the truth is, it's been very profitable.
Yeah. In the end,
not only for as a company, but also for all the wellness advocates worldwide. The oils are so this is the kind of product that really needs to come with education, come with support. And really the only way to share these essential oils properly is through network marketing, where it's person-to-person support. And people trust people that they can talk to, and people, their friends. There's a friend-making business. Mm-hmm. You make friends.
So speaking of that, I shared the oils with some friends last week. And because I explained the oils and taught them these things, they were just taken back. They were so happy with all that knowledge. But then at the same time, they were like, Jay, you're not duplicatable. That's a lot of learning. And I said, but you will get it. I don't care if it's not duplicatable in the way that other network marketing businesses do that. But you will get it. And you will know how to use the oils after a couple of months. For me, I don't care. Obviously, I am successful for a reason, right? So, you can sit back and go, wait, that's not duplicatable, can't do the business. but why is she earning all this money, right? So, and I said, look, give yourself a couple of months. It'll be just intuitive. You will learn it and you'll get it. You'll be intuitive.
Yeah, the knowledge is not the important thing. As long as you have a little bit more knowledge than the person you're teaching, that's value.
And we learn together.
You don't have to be a wizard.
Even the doTERRA owners are learning more and more every time. So every time we go to convention, you know, here's Emily Wright saying, well, we just discovered this about this oil and it can do this too, right? And here we are all learning together. So when people join, they know. We just know the foundation. We know that the oils are amazing. It will change lives, right? That's what we know. And then, you know, after that, it's just keep on learning.
Yeah, and so Jade's been in this company since almost the very beginning. It was only a couple years old. And when they were in an office building, you know, in a much smaller town, and we go just walk right into their office, say how you doing, and so we've known the executive team for many years, and you know they know us by name, and we've been able to shake hands with them and talk with them, and fantastic group of people, very down to earth.
Yeah.
So yeah, and their experience and their knowledge and everything.
They work really well together. They started meetings with prayer. And Emily Wright last year, she was on stage and she said people have come up to her that known her for a long time and said, look, you're successful now. Your business is successful now. Why are you working so hard still, right? And so what she said was, you know, this is her passion. She loves it. She's not working because she's going to earn more money. I mean, how much more money do you want? But she is so passionate about people and changing lives. And that's my experience. I love what I do. I was just talking to Benny yesterday. I'm like, I just love our job. You know, because people turn around and they change and people hit new ranks. But not only that, it just shows that they've changed so much from where they were, like a shy, you know, very quiet person to now they are free and liberated and going out there and just shining.
Yeah.
And I think, you can't beat that.
And speaking of change, that brings us to the next top reason why people want to do doTERRA is life-changing effects. Not only Jay's talking about the life-changing effects, you know, that you get personal development when you do doTERRA as a business, but for people that are just starting out, they've experienced some life-changing effect from the essential oils themselves, whether they've had a gut cleanse and now all of a sudden they can think properly, or and you guys know all the stories. Some of them are quite miraculous, where it's changed their life so much that, you know, they can't really remember what life was like before essential oils. That's
right. Hey, and so Linda was saying she went on a trip the other time, and she said when she started packing, she's like, I have to make sure I get my oils. And it's like, which oil should I leave behind? I can't. This bag is
everything. Yeah. Instead of a makeup little purse, you know, where people put their makeups and everything, I'm looking, I have my little keychain one, but I also have one where I put, instead of makeup, I've got my essential oils in it that I like to have with me. And
she's laughing to herself because she's like, she's giggling and she's packing and this is a new thing she packs, but she feels like she can't live without this.
I'm doing that right now in preparation for going away. See this? And my aroma touch kit.
Yeah, I tell you, it's like there's an emergency little pack that I carry with me, and it's saved lives before. So,
yeah.
Jade, I got to tell you about the experience this past weekend. You know, before I went on that trip to see my family and have the class over there, I had mailed the Deep Blue lotion to my cousin for her back. And so when she had been keeping in touch and saying that was the only thing that gave her any kind of relief. And so when she went to the class, she was really, really excited. She took all kinds of notes. And she did sign up. She signed up, and my sister signed up, and another cousin signed up. And then, but my cousin that hurt her back, her sister, on that Saturday, we had the class on that Saturday. Her sister hurt her back that Saturday. She lives in Ocean Springs, and she had almost the exact same thing that happened to her. So I told my cousin said, well, look, give me her address. I'll stop on the way home, riding back home, and I'll give her some of the lotion too, you know. So I called my cousin and said, look, I'm going to stop by. I'm going to give you the same lotion that Patty used, you know, because she knew that it helped Patty. And she said, oh, I know you're in a hurry to get home. I said, no, I can stop. It's not going to be, you know, it's not anything. So I stopped there, and her husband was there. So started talking to him about the oils and about the lotion and everything, you know. It was so funny because he seemed so excited. He's good. Do you have oil for this? What about that? Do they have something for this? Do they have something for something for everything? And it reminded me of the T-shirt, you know, there's an oil for that. And so he was so excited. So, you know, she was laying on the sofa and she said, well, I'm going to put the lotion on. She didn't want to put it on right then and there. She said, I'm going to get in the tub later and I'm going to put the lotion on. Well, after I left, I came home and then I texted her and let her know I was back home. And she said, I got to tell you, she said, I went to get off the sofa. And when I went to get off the sofa and I started walking towards the bathroom, she said, all of a sudden the pain got so bad. She said, I started screaming. Shit, I fell to my knees. And she said her husband's going, get the lotion, get the lotion, get the lotion. I was like, he was like, Scott, she said that was the only thing he was screaming, get the lotion. Because she hadn't even tried it yet, you know. And so they put the lotion on her back right away. And she said she was able to move after that, you know. And
you mean the deep blue rub, right?
Right. And she said that she couldn't believe how fast it worked, you know. So she told me, she said, when you come back, she says, I have a friend that I want to bring over. I want her to learn about the oils and everything. I said, bring as many people as you want, you know. But she has her own experience now, you know, from using oil. But and she texted me like the next day. She texted me again. She said, I can't get over how amazing this stuff is, you know. She's texted me 3 times now about the lotion.
Awesome. How cool is that?
Yes. So, I mean, that makes you feel so good to know that.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of stuff that we can do that for and then change people's lives that quickly.
Yeah. When they're hurting the most, you know, something like that they need help with.
Feel so hopeless. Yeah.
There's lots of stories that I've heard over the years of people that, you know, they you know, their life has changed. They have more energy, or they're able to overcome some sort of health ailment or whatever. And so that's, you know, a big reason
all
that
the
they
levels.
Now all of a sudden they want to share it with other people, just like, you know, in your story where they want to bring more friends because other people can know about.
Now they're all interested in the cleanse and everything, you know. So everybody's, you know, wants to get all excited about it and start doing stuff, you know. So that's good.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's I don't know if you, and this is our third our next reason global movement. So you've probably noticed that there are more people that are looking for alternative forms of medicine. And there is a global trend. I don't have the sources here, but all over the world, you know, the alternative medicine or remedies areas are growing quite exponentially, you know, because we have rising healthcare costs. We have, you know, insurance worries, and we have people are not they're getting a lot of toxins in from our modern way of living, and they're not really getting the results that they want from, you know, traditional ways of taking care of their health, and they're just fed up and they want to try something else. So a lot of people are out there actively looking, actively searching for something like essential oils.
Plus, you don't have to worry about all the side effects like you do different medications, you know?
And that's what people are looking for. They're looking for something natural.
Yes.
People are searching for, you know, they're going back to nature. You know, people are drinking smoothies out of mason jars. And, you know, changing their diets in different ways, and you know, trying to go gluten-free or do all these things. Yeah, that they just want a healthier life, and they're looking for natural ways of achieving that. Now, doTERRA's come in the picture. I have a graph here for those of you who are listening. It shows doTERRA's growth over the first 8 years when doTERRA was, and within that when that it says here within for 7 years, it became a $1 billion company. So that's, to give you a perspective, that's the size of Apple computers. That is a huge accomplishment. There are a lot of people moving in this direction. I have another graph that shows the amount of scientific research done on essential oils, and it looks very similar to this. Whereas, back 10, 20 years, it was just trickling. People were doing research, but now it's grown at an exponential rate. And so the amount of knowledge that we're giving, and this stuff it hasn't quite trickled into medical schools and everything like that, but it's showing up in medical journals. It's showing up in scientific studies and journals, and we expect to hear a lot about that during convention here.
They call it a revolution.
The amount of growth, with essential oils. And some people see, like essential oils, well, you don't know how it works. But there are a lot of drugs on the market that, honestly, they don't know how it works. They just found some concoction in the lab, and it seems to do the job.
And then they find out how it really works after they've tried it on some.
And a lot of chemically produced things, synthetically produced things, come with side effects. It's not natural or bought in.
Unstable.
Usually it has some sort of other effects, that unintended consequences in our body. Whereas the essential oils, they've been around for thousands,
from the beginning of time.
Years. Yeah, we don't know how long. And they're just found in plants. And so there's things that our body recognizes, and the compounds, if you look at an essential oil compound, it's just very simple. Compared to like other proteins or chemicals produced synthetically, like in your over-the-counter drugs, those molecules are huge in comparison. So we're looking at something very simple from nature. It's effective,
but it's sophisticated,
and people are starting to catch on to these sort of things. You got Whole Foods, you got all these sorts of things that pop up and are serving this trend,
and even Walmart.
So yeah. You can buy essential oils at Walmart. So this trend, it's come at the right time. And if you fear that maybe you're coming into doTERRA a little bit late and you won't be as successful, nonsense. There are people who joined a few years ago who are now presidential diamonds. They just had the right skills and mindset, and they hit the ground running, and they were able to achieve quite a bit of success. And so it doesn't matter when you're coming into the game, it's just getting started. And there's a lot of people talk with people all the time who haven't heard of essential oils, or maybe they have heard of essential oils and always wanted to learn. Or maybe they've used them in the past and have, forgot how to use them. They just need that support and that education. So
we moved here a year ago.
Becoming part of a movement is one of the reasons that people want to get involved.
So we moved here a year ago, and when we had our summit, there was like 300 people here that went to the summit, and people were shocked because they're like, well, I didn't know that we had this many doTERRA people here, but doTERRA people didn't know that each other were here. But a lot of them didn't know how to use the oil. Someone introduced them, their family members, their daughter, son, whatever, and say, hey, have a membership and get some of these oils. So they do have a membership, but they don't know really how to use it. So even if people are not on our team, we invite them to come and learn with us. And so I was teaching in Santa Rosa Beach yesterday at a library, and people, they're from other teams, they came, and I said, look, join the family. This is creating awareness, because this is a movement around the earth, and we want to help people heal. It's more than just about a couple of bucks in our pocket, right? Get the oils to heal families, heal communities. So,
and that brings us to our next reason. And
I'm good at segues, eh?
A couple of bucks in your pocket. Some people are looking for an alternative source of income. They are fed up, going to work every day, being paid their wages on an hourly basis, and
limits.
Yeah, there are lots of limits to being an employee. And the only alternative is to own your own business and be the employer or the business owner. Compared to all the different kinds of businesses that you can go out there and start, most all businesses require a huge capital outlay. That means a lot of money up front, or you got to invest or take out a loan or something to get your business going. And this is not the same with doTERRA. You have products that you're buying. If you love the products, you're going to buy them anyways. And the only requirement to earn money in doTERRA is that you have a personal order, that you're using the products yourself. Yeah. And that's it. That's it. You don't need a computer, really. We have people that are doing this business over the phone. You know, they can fill out forms, and the whole Amish community, we have like 200 people of Amish people on our downline, and they just do all their ordering over the phone because they don't have computers.
They have to keep track of their points in their little notebooks.
Yeah. So there is really little or no barriers to get into this as a business. You don't even need an education necessarily. You can get in here. Of course, the more you know, the more skills you have, the better the mindset you have, the faster you're able to achieve success. So, yeah.
You want to finish up here, and I'll say something.
I was just going to say, a lot of people are looking, it's near the end of their career, and they haven't figured out exactly what they're going to do for retirement. I was just going to explain residual income. It means income that continues to create income. You're still working at it. You have to build it. And I've got a picture of a pipeline here for those that are listening. It's building a pipeline. It's putting something in place that will continue to serve you for years to come. To give you an idea of how this works, you sign up a few people, and you'll be paid, maybe in the future you just paid a few percentage of whatever orders they make. But if you've done that for thousands of people, 1,000 times a few percentage, it builds up quite quickly. And not only that, but you're working in a network with other people that are doing the same thing. And so you're building their business, they're building your business, and you're working together, you're making friends. And so this idea of residual incomes is different from passive income. Passive income is when you buy stock, and you receive a dividend in the mail. Residual incomes, you've gone out there, you've done the work, and
you get paid for that work over
you'll
and
get
over
paid
again.
for that work over a long period of time for the rest of your life.
So what you plant is what you reap.
Yeah, so there's still some work that you're doing up front, and then maybe a little bit of work along the way, in support,
maintaining,
and answering calls or letting people know about things. But it's not the pay that you get for that work. You may have signed up a few people, and you're thinking, oh, I expect to earn more money. That's just the beginning. It's been split up over your lifetime. You'll continue to earn money over as long as you have the account.
So if you have that foresight, that as a leader, I teach other people's classes for them, because if I have new people, so Linda's new, right, and I offer to teach for her, but then she gets the fast start, and so she can earn some money, so she can feel like, oh, that's how you do it, right? Because I am investing in my leaders, because I see, them having a higher rank and having more success, the more skills they gain after being trained up a little bit. So for me, I don't need that money right here and now because I taught that class, right? I will get that money later on, okay? Because I've invested in my teammates. Yeah,
and doTERRA's compensation system incentivizes you to help people further on down the line, because you get paid even a higher percentage.
So I want to give a big tip to everybody. So a lot of people, they get into the business and they get all happy. They've used the oils, very happy, started sharing a little bit. And then when they think business, they think way beyond the mark. Okay, what I mean is they see the big, thousands of people team, and it freaks them out a little bit because you're not quite there yet, right? And they get nervous, and sometimes they self-sabotage by stopping themselves from growing. I want all the people that are listening, if you are looking really far ahead, right, to just keep that vision, but then look at what you need to do today, okay? Because some people are looking beyond the mark, they are investing way too much money, okay? I have some people spending so much money with giving people thousands of dollars to do their social media for them or whatever it is. You just need to continue to share and trust the universe. Share with your girlfriend, share with your mum, share with your cousin, ask people to host. And then you can get an idea of who you are, how you want to do the business, all right, and then where you want to invest the time. Because if now that you've got a bit of skill under your belt, then you know, oh, okay, I can, put more effort into this area because this area is working and this is the area that I enjoy. Because we all have different skills, we all have different abilities. Don't feel like, it's going to be like other businesses. You throw a lot of money in. So I have a few friends that they're already in thousands of dollars of debt and they just barely started. Okay, so this is a residual income. You're investing a little time and effort now, planting those seeds, and then nourish that friendship, nourish the friendship. So the tree analogy is the best analogy because this tree will grow and it'll produce fruit for years to come.
And as opposed to Jade, from the very beginning, earning money, I don't think it's ever been in the negative. It's always brought in some money and fast start coming and earning money and everything.
And a lot of times I reinvest that money, and but it's having that foresight, but then taking care of what you need to do today.
Okay, all right. So that's residual. And any questions on this reason before we go on?
No, that was my other reason for doing this too. First one was to help people, and this was something, for a retirement for my future.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And it's a fun retirement.
And it's a good reason. Yeah.
Well, it's when you say residual, it's a residual income, but it's also a continuing satisfaction of knowing you're helping other people. So you get more benefits than just the income,
Residual satisfaction. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Jay didn't give me a segue. The next reason is make a difference.
Oh, she did.
Making a difference for people. Okay. So, but you're not just touching the lives of the people that you introduce to the essential oils. Those people are receiving a benefit. And we've talked about that as one of your purposes. But a lot of people aren't aware that doTERRA is involved in a lot of philanthropic, that means charity or humanitarian efforts worldwide. Why is that? Because the way that they source essential oils, sorry for those of you who are listening, there's a map here on the screen which shows, essential oils and where they are sourced from. And you can see that they come from all parts of the world. They could be anywhere. It's just wherever that plant grows. And we've heard stories about, the executives having to travel in by 10 different planes and over in Jeeps and everything, and only one of the Jeeps made it, and through really rocky terrain or walking uphill for up a mountain for 4 hours to get to the fields because there's no
no
roads or anything like that. So sometimes the essential oils come from really, really remote places, and sometimes those places are in developing countries, and the people that are growing these wonderful essential oils live in poverty. And so that creates a fantastic opportunity. Not only when you are buying like an essential oil like vetiver, there's a picture on here with people lining up for water from a water well that doTERRA built in their village. The ladies, they'd have to walk 4 hours down to the stream, and then 4 hours
2 hours
back.
up, 2 hours back. That's 4 hours. The kids would do that several times a day.
And they couldn't go to school.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they built a well close to town. They built a school, hired teachers, and now the kids can go to school.
And that all came from the Healing Hands money. So when you buy rose oil lotion, or now the Hope Oil, 100% of the Hope Oil proceeds go to the Healing Hands Foundation.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the vetiver, when you're buying vetiver, or
it goes back to these communities.
The ginger is another one.
They're taught to collaborate, because some of these communities don't know how to collaborate.
Yeah. So a lot of the oils that you buy like this are going back to support these communities. So And doTERRA's cut out the middleman. This is a direct selling company, which means that the people you sign up are buying the product directly from the company, and the company is shipping it directly to them. But doTERRA is taking this a step forward. They're a direct sourcing company as well. So they've cut out the middleman. Instead of buying from buyers, they go straight to the growers. They work with the growers. Sometimes growers don't have the processing facilities. No problem. They form cooperatives. So they don't come in and take over and become the middleman themselves. They form cooperatives where they get a lot of growers together, and they help them build and arrange a distillery.
And own their own
so they're able to distill and own their own thing and that. So it's a really fantastic system that they've set up. So know that when you're supporting essential oils from these countries in these areas, you're really making a difference in those parts of the world. The standard of living is growing. Children are getting educations where they weren't getting it before. Hospitals are being put in place.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And other
awesome.
humanitarian things like disaster relief, like in Nepal, where we have growers as well.
So that was awesome because they were already there on the ground helping the people in Nepal. And when that happened, the disaster happened, they were already ready and on the ground to help them. So doTERRA was one of the first people that were there to rescue.
At this point, I just want to explain a little bit of the difference between doTERRA's model and the model of other essential oil companies.
Any companies, anyway.
We mentioned it before, the sourcing is so important, and that's what makes a CPTG. And people say, like, what's different with doTERRA's essential oils? It is a CPTG, and the most important part of that is the sourcing. It's pure. It's right. We got that. Other companies claim purity as well, but there's no company that claims that sourcing it in the way that doTERRA is sourcing it. So they're going all over the world where they need to get it. That's doTERRA's model. Other models, we've been to like a lavender field out in the middle of Midwestern United States, where they grow all of their stuff, and their biggest thing is we've watched it from when we put the seed in the ground to when we put the lid on the bottle. But that misses out on the opportunity to get the most therapeutic oil in the world. So this system that doTERRA has really does leverage.
But I love the love,
the Earth's bounty,
the love that comes to these people, that where the oils are sourced, to the people that
now there's kind of a relationship between us and the growers. We're supporting them, and you can actually give when you make an order. You can give directly to the Healing Hands Foundation. So doTERRA is not a humanitarian company. They partner with a lot of humanitarian companies that do this that's the purpose of their organization.
They're good at what they do.
Mentors International, Days for Girls, where they're providing feminine hygiene kits for girls, and we've been able to help out with those and stuff like that. And so when you choose to do doTERRA as a business, you choose to become a part of those efforts. And I had to set up that segue myself. And that brings us to the next reason here. We've got a few more reasons here. You become a force for good, right? It's not just you're looking for a paycheck, but you want to give back to the world. It's not just about showing up to work and, providing great support to your boss or customer service to the people who walk in the door. It's about giving back making the world a better place than you found it. Imagine a world where companies, give value to people instead of taking advantage of their employees. A world that, where we don't have toxins or have harmful chemicals or synthetics. Imagine a world that you have clean, healthy ways of taking care of your skin, your hair, cleaning your house. You're making the world a better place by going out there and sharing natural solutions. And who knows what cancer you're preventing. We don't. These products are not prevented. What is that? FDA disclaimer. Yeah, not intending to cure, prevent, or treat any disease or anything like that. But you know what? If you remove harmful toxins from your environment, that will improve your chances of living a healthy, long life. So it's a better way of living. And, you know, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done in the world, and you can be a part of that. So you can be a part of the force for good. And that kind of brings on elements from the other reasons that we've talked about. But whereas you're contributing to the goodness of the world rather than, you know, just carrying on mundane, everyday tasks.
Let the force be with you.
Yeah. And in addition to that, you know, you're belonging to something. Sometimes, you know, having attended business school and studied about, you know, motivating people and working in teams and groups and organizations and stuff like that, you know, sometimes employees are not looking for a bigger paycheck. They're looking for appreciation. They're looking for a donut. You know, they'll
work hard for that.
They'll work hard just for someone to say thank you, someone to appreciate what they're doing, and they just want to belong to something. The TERRA is a fantastic opportunity for you to belong to something greater than yourself. You're giving, like we said before, giving back to the world, but you're also becoming a part of this wonderful group of people, not only in your own team, you know, where you have other people you're networking with, your downline or upline, your immediate people that you're working with. You feel a sense of camaraderie. I had to look up that word so I spell it correctly. Working in a group, people that share your same cause, people that share your values, that is really fulfilling. Sometimes that is a very compelling reason for people to do doTERRA as a business, for people to share or people to get involved. We have people, you know, they don't need the money. They're millionaires in and of their own right, but they want to belong. They want to be a part of a group. They want to connect with people. And this is a fantastic opportunity. And the essential oils are great, right?
See, that's what we can't judge, because there's people that are on our team that are, you know, millionaires, right? Like we said, but they love sharing. They love being a part of a movement that is significant, right? It's not just a fluffy something, you know, something that is really significantly will change people's lives. So what about you guys? You know, do you feel like a sense of belonging to a bigger cause?
Certainly, yeah, definitely. Yeah. You can feel it when you get together too with other people, you know, that, or sharing the oils and have experiences and things like that. You can feel the, I don't know, it's just the natural loving feeling that you share, that you're helping other people and you're contributing to making the world a better place, you know, rather than have all of these chemicals and things out there. So you can feel it when you get together with other people.
It's like what Lucy said about convention. That's another place you can really feel it. Those events.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's amazing. And, you know, for us, we learn to work together. I think we learn to work as a team. So we have our own task and we divvy out our task, and it's like I've learned to work even better with my husband. So it's amazing how this whole movement, whatever it is.
And we talk a lot about in doTERRA about finding your why, you know, establishing your purpose. And I'm sure that could be another reason in and of itself. But
personal development.
a lot of times you'll find that others share that same purpose, or you find that you find other people with your same interests and your own same goals, and you work together.
So we celebrate together. I mean, when we hear stories of one of our teammates or someone that we know use oils, healed from it or whatever, we just, we have a party here.
And the celebration is another thing I want to talk about, is the recognition. You're recognized, and they even have set aside time in the convention for recognition. You achieve a certain level, and they have the ranks that you can achieve, and getting that recognition, or even a thanks or appreciation. You get notes in the mail saying, "Oh, I can't tell you how much you've changed my life by sharing with us this simple thing." That recognition really means a lot to people. Sometimes people they'll work in a mundane job, and they'll never be recognized. They get a paycheck, and the boss thinks we'll give them a raise because they're doing a good job, but just all they needed is some recognition, someone telling them that, wow, that you're doing an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So, which kind of gets us onto the next point here. Leaving your job. So people sometimes do doTERRA because they're stuck. Quite frankly, they're working every day at a job that they don't like. And I've had people tell me that it's a job that they hate.
Yeah, we've got a handful of people that now can do doTERRA full-time on our team now.
And they get to go home, and in those little spare few hours that they have, their family supports them, and they go off and teach classes, and they love it. I haven't had anybody complain saying, "I hate teaching classes. I hate this job. I have to do this." And so, to be able to find a job that's your own, or it's basically you're creating your own job, right? You start when you please. You don't have to go teach those classes. No one wakes you up in the morning and says, "Get out of bed." You don't have to report into work at a certain time. Although if you do promise people that you're going to have a class, you should show up and teach it. But if you fail to show up to teach your class, no one's going to fire you. You're just going to kick yourself in the pants because you missed an opportunity to share something. But doing something you enjoy is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Not everybody has an opportunity to do that.
This is your own business, so you'll make lots of adjustments. So you work, and then there's going to be so much work to do, and then you have to kind of pull back and kind of balance your life a little bit and adjust and adapt, and then your family needs to change. So just expect to be, I think, just adjusting and adapting. You're never going to get it perfect in the beginning, but I think for us, we've learned to strike a nice, happy balance now.
Yep.
So that's really
cool.
And
another really cool thing about making this your job is it's you, right? Everybody comes with their own set of knowledge and skills, and they bring those to their doTERRA business, and everybody does it differently. Everybody shares it differently. We have people that, it's about getting the right sleep, or people who love animals. We have people who, like Jade, energy healing, helping people get in touch with themselves and heal from inside out. That's become your specialty, and you may have really unique skills and ways of doing things, and you bring those with you, and you do it your own way. The only important thing is you get it out there, you sign people up, because they need to be able to open an account to be able to start enjoying essential oils in their life. So it's a network marketing opportunity that isn't discerning. If you're in a dead-end job, we've had people that say, "Look, I'm too old to start another career. I don't have the right education.
Skills.
I'd have to go back to school." Well, you know what? This is a type of job. You're an entrepreneur. You hire yourself, and you pay yourself according to how much value you give to the world. And, there is no education required. You kind of learn as you do it. So there aren't some prerequisites. You just get in there and get doing it. And that brings us to our next reason here, a new chapter in life. We have some people that, they're ready for something new. They're ready for a change. They want to give back to the world. to become something greater than they are. They're just ready to do something fantastic in their life. And doTERRA gives them that opportunity, to grow themselves, to improve their abilities, to improve their knowledge and skill. I have a lot of people saying all the time, you know, I can't believe how much I've changed and how much I've grown. People who were scared to talk to people about stuff, now standing in front of 300 people and giving a big speech. People who are scared to, you know, ask for the sale, you know, say, would you like to set up a wholesale account tonight? You know, now they are helping lots of people, and they're doing things that they never thought they would do before.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, are there any others that you can think of? Any other reasons that we didn't include here?
I think you got it covered.
I think I did too. But I thought I'd ask anyways. I think those reasons, and they kind of overlap some of them, are the most, and there may be other reasons that people have to do essential oils. Maybe the angel visited them at night and told them they should do it. Some people really feel a spiritual calling, or, you know, inspiration to do it. And that might be another reason that they want to share essential oils. Well, I would like to thank you guys for being here and for listening and being a part of this and reviewing all these reasons of why you want to do essential oils. And these all now become reasons or benefits that you can explain to other people while you're having a business opportunity discussion. Everybody will come in under one of those reasons. Or like, you know, Linda, she named like
three of them already.
3 or 4 of the reasons. Same with Lucy here. You know, everybody has their own reasons, but they'll all be part and parcel of what these were. So you can use those as benefits when you're explaining the doTERRA business opportunity to people. And so that's all we have for tonight. Does anybody want to add anything onto that? I know we've come up on the hour and it was well spent.
Yeah, I think you pointed out some really good things. So that was a good class.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
Glad you enjoyed it. And that's another reason. It's enjoyable to talk and teach people and, you know, and share.
Right. Well, thank you so much, guys. We'll end the recording and we'll hang around.
Bye-bye recording.